And we are back 2 days later for me. Just had a big old Factorio land. We played a Factorio mod where you're underground the whole time and you're in a giant cave and you have to like go like mining your way out from the inside and everything. And put up support beams so the ceiling doesn't collapse and whatnot. Fun idea for a mod. Rough for LAN. It was like a 12-hour marathon where I'm like, okay, no, I'm out. I'm out now. Because Factorio is already a long-ish playthrough each time. A little long for LAN to begin with, but that you had to tunnel out all of your surroundings and everything and support them. So like the expansion was so much slower than even normal Factorio is. That's like that's wow. It's a long playthrough. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get a group together to play that mod for a series or something, or C block, or one of the other ones. So we have 3 more directions to explore, and also that place. And I've got 3 more beacons to place. Bulb Forest Portal, and Mushroom Forest Portal. So I placed those in the 2 portals we'd already gone through, so they're marked. That's useful. And the tree base is way, that's 2 miles that way. That's 2. Isn't it weird that stuff on the surface is closer than the tree base at this point? It's weird to think about the spacing of the surroundings and the environment and everything. Anyway, let's go exploring. Based on, you know, how patterns tend to work, I'm guessing that these 2 are both portals. So, let's just go into the 2. Yeah, it's the exact same room shape. So let's just get prepped for doing that. Can I select any of the stuff on the bottom of the screen down there? They're all automatic, aren't they? They're all passives. There you go. Did I have my... There you go. Grab a couple of those. He's still got them. What could go wrong, right? It's definitely somewhat tempting to make ion versions of all of my batteries. Wait, I should have brought my suit with me. Shit. I should have brought my suit with me. It's fine. Are you attacking me? I'm not used to seeing you guys on this side of the portal. Where am I? This is a big place. Yeah? What's up? Let's try to be careful. I do not want to lose track of how to get back. I'm just gonna follow this linear path for a bit, see if it takes me to the front. Aha. Where is this? I see... crags. Is this where the Markiplier pod was? The crags look familiar. Only 290 deep. I'm gonna call it Crag Portal. Close enough. Really the important thing is just knowing that if I'm on the surface and I want to get back... Whoa, I was like I was still swimming for a bit, wasn't I? Is it still making... It's still making the sound of me being in water. That's weird. Yeah, the point is mostly just to have markers on the surface. This way, when I'm above the surface, if I want to access this alien facility for any reason, I can do that. Oh my god, they're mixing spider types. They're mixing spider types. Because the spiders... The mechanical spiders and the other spiders are all in the same place. Alright, so I've never seen these caves before. I wonder if this was supposed to be an ongoing mystery. I mean, who knows? You have to find them is the issue. And who knows if you'll find them ever. But the only portal I ever found like this that wasn't active... Well, there was the ones that joined the 2 islands together, but those were really... That was really easy to activate because the source that the stuff that activates it was right there. But I wonder if I was supposed to have this like constant question of like how do I, what are these strange artifacts? Like, was I going to keep finding ones that don't work? Because clearly that you couldn't activate that from that side, right? Because then I would just be here, like super early in the game, with nothing really stopping me from getting there. Zoom. I'm impressed how much the thrusters work. Ah, particle effects. Game is not ready for those particle effects. I'm guessing the game is heavily optimized more so for the ocean stuff, so all the weirdness of like having land, like having people walk around on their feet and everything, and having internal environments full of chunky, crazy geometries and everything. I'm guessing that stuff is way less optimum for the engine, and so it starts freaking out a bit. Yeah, I meant to bring the prawn suit with me originally, because I can leave the prawn suit at the inside of the portal, and then I know, you know, how to get back to the portal in case I mess up. Probably not a big risk. These don't seem to be complicated cave systems. Oh. We're 600 meters deep. Is this the one that I found that I was thinking about a moment ago? The one that was inactive? Is this my way of skipping back to where I found the giant fossil? I don't have a name for this place, really. I'm just calling it the caves. Yeah. The crag portal, the place I just was, 2.5 kilometers away. God damn. Yeah, so I brought my Cyclops in here, and I went in there and explored, and the portal was inactive. There should be a ghost Leviathan, like, right over there-ish. Not in a hurry to attract it, obviously. Oh! I guess the waterfall doesn't hurt you, because I just went right through it. Here we go. Ah. Green River portal. There we go. And I'll make you green, because that makes sense, because you're green. Mushroom Forest could be orange. Crags. Yeah. Green River's green. Bulb Forest. There's no purple color. They didn't think to give me a purple. So... yellow? No, my HQ is yellow. Screw it, these are all green. All the portals are green. I guess. Alien thermal plants orange. I don't know. I'll turn on what I need to turn on. At this rate, we're probably not going back to tree base. No, I may need to on the way back. Yeah. So I got the 4 portals set up. I'm gonna turn them off now. We don't necessarily need them right now. But the Don't Die is 2 kilometers away. Where's the tree base? Less than a kilometer away. So here's the thing, if we need to go back, I mean, we're gonna have to go back to the surface regardless for the missile launch. That's our goal, is to escape the planet. They gave me all these portals, but if I take these portals back to the surface, I leave my Cyclops behind. So that's a question I get to grapple with, is, do I want my Cyclops to be down there or up here? And I guess that depends on what form my next objectives take. Because it may be very useful for me to take the Cyclops all the way back up. After all, everything, most of the game is at the surface. These tunnels are cool, but there's not a lot to them. There's the top layer of tunnels, which is the Green River area, that place was more varied. It had a bunch of different subsections that had different feels to them, but they largely had one profile of resources. Here's the new mushroom, here's the new ore types, and so on. And here's the mostly the same repeating creatures, all the way down to a unique Leviathan type. Then you get to the lava zone, which once again, here's the new mineral resources, here's the new creatures, here's the new Leviathan type. Like, there's a specific pattern to these, but the surface was crazy. The surface only had 1 or 2 Leviathans too, but the surface has so many zones with so many resource types, so it might be more useful to have the Cyclops up there than down here, potentially. I don't know. I'm a little back and forth, because it'd be hard to get back up. That said, if I have to gather resources, I can use the portal. I can take the prawn suit through the portal. There's not a... Is there a portal that takes me to lava? Yes. When I was in the lava, in the thermal plant, they gave me a portal that took me to, I don't remember where anymore, but they gave me a portal to somewhere. Shit, I didn't mark that, did I? So I should probably go back and mark that. Did I mark that? I marked the thermal plant. I don't think I marked where the portal took me. I can always check my footage though. Yeah, these 4 were the ones that are down here. Yeah, they gave me portals to everywhere. So this base has 4 portals, and 3 of them take me to the surface. 1 of them takes me to the Green River. And so I have access to the Green River from the surface via that, without having to do the process of actually entering the Green River the long way. I can just go to any of these portals to get here. Oh, right. The lava portal took me to the quarantine platform, the gun. So all I have to do is go to the island with a big mountain on it. If I just go to the island, then I can take the portal to get to the lava zone. So I have easy access to lava zone, easy access to the Green River, easy access to this area, obviously. The even more lava-y zone. I guess I'll call it that. The deepest zone I've seen so far. You can access this area. You can actually see why the game chugs, because when I turn into a direction, you can see the doorway go from being black to having actual stuff in it, because it's loading everything behind that part a moment after I turn towards it. So yeah, I have access to... Obviously, the surface is just all connected very easily, so everything on the surface I didn't have to worry about access before. But you have to go through some hoops and some Leviathan guarded passageways and a lot of narrow driving through kilometers of cave. So, but if I need any specific resources from said caves, I have a portal network now that takes me to them. So having a mobile base is a little less necessary now. Although if I want to go through this stuff with my Cyclops, I mean with my prawn suit, definitely riskier. I can't run back to my Cyclops to hide from anything that might come after me. So I might want to just grab a chest full of resources on the way out of each resource type that's unique to these biomes, and then I don't have to worry about what coming back, probably. But yeah, in case of emergency, I have a portal network, so the Cyclops might do me more good on the surface than anywhere else, in part because it has so many resources on it that I would have to regather if I just took my prawn suit up to the surface. But yeah, if I took my prawn suit up to the surface, I could just go back to my base where my Seamoth is, and then I could fly around in my Seamoth everywhere, since it has full access to everything up there, and I wouldn't have to... So, like, I don't need the Cyclops itself and potentially just leave it here. It's just how much of a setback it might be to lose all those resources and everything that's in it, and so on. And also, I like my Cyclops, and I'm not fond of the idea of leaving it down here either. Alright, let's check out this side chamber. I don't need you for that. Hang out. Hey, I saw that. When you sat down, this thing created a trail of bubbles. It speaks to the idea that this game isn't really ready to handle me being on land half the time. In part because the game has trouble running sometimes during that. But like, there's all these little details that just speak to the game being meant for being underwater. Like, when I sat him down. I wonder if I can recreate that. Watch, if you watch his gun creates a trail of bubbles when he sits down. Look at that. Ha! It's a cute detail that makes it look really cool when you're in the water, but we're not in the water, so it's just imaginary bubbles just showing up. It's like how if I make a base above the water and I go into the base, water covers the screen and drips everywhere, as if I just went from being in the water to being in a base, and you can hear dripping noises for like a long time, even though I'm not wet. Definitely not that wet.
This room appears to be a biological archive storing more than 40 indigenous egg specimens in different states of development.
Eggs. So it's like a whole museum dedicated to the egg types of the game. Oh, if only I could nab them all. I know what some of them are, and I've definitely had some of them. I've even got a few in my stash that I'm ready to take back to my aquarium when I get back up there and try hatching them and see what happens. That's really big, isn't it? I've seen that one before. It wasn't that big. Sea Emperor Leviathan research data. Ooh, tentacles. Specimen size categories have been adjusted upward to accommodate this species. Jesus. Feeding and digestion. Alien research data indicates that despite its size, the species feeds entirely on microorganisms it filters from the water, which themselves depend on a complicated ecosystem of plant and animal life. So it's an incredibly massive creature, but much like the whale shark, like it's so massive, but it's not a threat to humans directly, not intentionally at least. Anything that big can be a threat to humans just by existing and moving ever. Reproduction. Large ovary-like organs are carried on the creature's middle section, suggesting that, like other species on this planet, it produces eggs. However, internal scar tissue indicates probable infertility. Enzyme 42. The Emperor manufactures Enzyme 42 within its stomach cavity to break down its food and will occasionally expel it into surrounding waters. The substance was found to neutralize the effects of the bacterium, and its presence in the ecosystem today would explain how life on the planet survived the outbreak. It would remain to be explained by what mechanism the enzyme is being delivered. Really? You guys don't know how the enzyme's being delivered to the rest of the planet? I was able to figure that out. Alright. Health. Comparative analysis of size and metabolic rates indicated the specimen captured by the researchers was Wait, this is isn't this the PDA saying this stuff? Does the PDA not understand how that's being delivered, even though it told me? Okay. Comparative analysis of size and metabolic rates indicates that the specimen captured by the researchers was approximately 1,600 years old. Extensive internal and external scar tissue suggests it has lived well in excess of the peak lifespan of its species. Assessment. While a healthy emperor specimen may have held some potential as a cure, it is unlikely any research subjects survived quarantine procedures. I'm guessing one of them did because it's talking to me in my brain. That seems to be what's going on right now. So the good news is they seem to be warning me that I'm going to see something horribly massive and huge, but it's going to... That's a big egg. That looks like an uncomfortable egg to lay. Also, that's just the same egg from over there. But that thing looks incredibly uncomfortable to lay. Like, that's just cruel, evolutionarily speaking. That's like when you hear about, like, corkscrew penises and stuff, and it's like, why? Jesus Christ. Also, this one's pretty bad, too. Ah, that has to come out of, like, a body sphincter. Like, that's why eggs are usually oval-shaped, and not, like, ribbed for her pleasure or whatever the fuck. That one's covered in spikes. What the fuck? This is covered in spikes. No. Nobody should have to give birth to a durian. Is that an egg up there? You're supposed to be in the chamber. What, did this place shut down in the middle of moving an egg? Like that exact moment? Or do they just want to show me very forcefully that this is how the egg graspers work. So they just have it in there to show you why those claws are up there. That one repeats a lot, doesn't it? That one repeats way too much. I don't want to think about that one so much. I want these eggs. Break open the containment and grab them. I want to throw them all into a hatcher. What is... Look how oval that one is. That's a super long egg. It seems to be the entirety of this chamber, though, is the one data log. You can't scan eggs, so it doesn't have as many things to read as these rooms usually do. Or I think you might be able to scan one egg once in the game, conceptually, to confirm what eggs are. I mean, but you can't scan them. You should be able to. It's kind of silly. This game can scan every life form ever, but they wanted to maintain this idea that, like, hatching an egg is like a surprise. Like, what's in the egg? Crazy. So they don't let you scan eggs to find out what the eggs are for. You just have to hatch them to find out. And then it's like, you discovered this type. I'm like, my super scanner couldn't figure out what was inside that. Blah blah. This is where somebody points out some sort of obscure lore about how, like, all of the eggs are lead lined, so Superman can't see through them. Alright, so I'm gonna probably see a Sea Emperor. It's probably past that, the locked door, and it's probably apparently not dangerous because it apparently is a filter feeder, and also it wants to help me because it's talking to me through brainwaves and stuff. So that's neat. I need a blue tablet to go forward. And here goes me for having said, I don't think you ever have to craft tablets in this game. I think if you can just find enough. But I don't have a blue tablet. Nope. Alright, let's go craft a blue tablet then. And also eat. And then I'll restore power to this thing for the return journey or something. You make blue tablets out of, like, kyanite, right? Here's hoping I have kyanite.
Emergency power only.
That would suck.
Oxygen production offline.
Emergency power only. I want to point out this thing has emergency power capabilities, but when it's doing emergency power, it doesn't include oxygen on the list of emergency powers. That's interesting, isn't it? That oxygen's not something that you include under emergency power. Or does it say, wait, does it say emergency power offline or online? It won't say that here. It's fine. Just if my nitpicking was wrong, acknowledge the fact that I was already thinking about how it's probably wrong. Anyway, blue tablet. Right. You need to become repowered. And click. There we go. How many of them immediately cling to the ship? Or did I kill them all? Nope, there's one. There's one. Is it electronics? Advanced materials? It wouldn't be deployables, would it? Tools. Equipment? Equipment, apparently. A blue tablet is 2 kyanite and an iron cube. Did I mine more kyanite when I was done? Tell me I did. Cool. I was worried. Got a blue one. And I'll just jam you in there with the other ones. I got 3 more eggs to hatch. I already know what that one is, though. I'll just have another one. Cool. See how many of them are on now? Just the one. Around there. You know what? Let's just kill it. And then I can leave the power on. Because it won't be draining anymore. And it deserves to die. The dragon does not show up as much as you would think. Okay. Hey, where's the dragon? I don't know. Huh. The visual of an ocean dragon just constantly patrolling around this like castle in the lava zone, like it's Bowser's castle, is a hell of a video game image, and a little underutilized in that the dragon just keeps not being there, which is a weird. That's a weird. Hi. I'm just gonna move you right here for not much reason, honestly. Let's try not to be afraid of this thing, because it wants to help, as it claims. It's clearly intelligent, and it speaks, which is always... You like to think that that's a bonus side, but a lot of intelligent creatures are dicks. But apparently it's a filter feeder according to the aliens. So that is more points in its favor. It's also the only thing that keeps this planet alive, evidently, so... I'm doing a good right now. That's a really big pool. It's a really big pool. I don't want to jump in right now. Let's walk around. Is it gonna emerge like right up in my face? Okay, the aliens were tall, huh? These are really big steps. Hello? I don't like how this room... They had me come around to this side of the room as if to make it hard to run away. Deep blue sea, deep blue sea, deep blue sea. Why does the water look weird, though? Am I supposed to just go in? I don't like that. And why does it look so opaque? The water looks freaking weird. Excuse me. Okay, now I can see. Oh, cool. Exposed on every side. Okay, this chamber's big enough to make me kind of nervous. What are those? That's a bone shark. That's a... Hey, it's an asshole. Oh, fuck. Hi.
Are you here to play? Others came here once. They built these walls. They played alone. They bored me. Now they're gone. And instead, we have you. We are curious whether you swim with the current or fight against it as they did.
Holy shit. You're very large. This is a very small fish tank for how big you are. You look like a sea dragon, kind of, don't you? Alright. It just asks if I want to play. Look at this. Look how there's creatures for scale around here. Do you guys attack? Or are you passive sharks? You are absurdly large, and we are 1,500 meters deep now. We've reached milestones.
Unlike other alien facilities, scans indicate this location supports a diverse and healthy ecosystem. Explanation unclear at this time. Detecting unusually passive behavioral patterns in nearby predators. Reason unknown.
Hey, there's rabbit rays here. Cool.